All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast. Right now I'm having over here Jake and Jared Doubon, and then of course my wife over here, my lovely wife. And my name is Darian Jackson, and welcome to the podcast. Here we're going to just kind of talk about a couple of different things. It's very malleable subjects that we kind of talk about. It's going to be anything we can kind of conjure up over here. And usually when talking with any of my friends, it does get into more of a deeper conversation. So y'all, as the audience, will be here for those deep and different conversations over here. So greetings, y'all. Thank you for thank y'all for making it out here for one of my first podcasts over here. I always enjoy every second that I get with y'all for all the different conversations that y'all have given to me. I've spent very many nights just having all those different kind of conversations individually, and then with y'all as a whole over there too. Oh yeah. And I know we've had quite a few of those nights that just seem to go on and on and on for a couple hours.
Right. We could have had our own mini podcast.
I know. I kind of wish that we were all like wired, because there's some stuff that we talked about that was like, oh man, I wish, and then you only get the little glimpses of it later on.
Yeah.
Where you just kind of wish that you had everything all written down or something like that.
Or you hear it from somebody else, and you're like,
oh yeah,
I wish I was in that.
Yeah, or even at the same time too, like I think of like those people with the courtrooms that they jot down everything in there. I'm like, I wish I had a written down format of everything that has ever said to me or anything like that, because then I can have a better grasp of it. And there's always those little things that you kind of pick up on. You're like, someone said this, but I don't know who said this, and then I can't bring it back up because then I'd be wrong with who I'm asking of it and all that kind of stuff over here. So at least with a podcast, with anything we're going to be doing podcast wise, it's going to be more where you can re-listen to it. We can even go back. I mean, if we get no listeners over here, it'd be just a fun thing to do, just as a friend thing too. So
yeah, totally. Really, that's what it's about. It's just opening up and expressing, being you, being comfortable being you.
Exactly.
Without fear and judgment, because we're all individuals and we all have our own thoughts, and
you shouldn't have to be judged by what you believe or what you think. Like, everybody thinks different, everybody believes different, and that's perfectly fine. Everybody should have that right. But then I think that's another good reason or a good thing, Darian, why you have this, and that way we can just sit and just talk, have a regular conversation.
Right.
Everybody else can listen and be like, oh, well, I believe Jake's right, Darren's wrong, and Jared's just insane.
Because we all...
Vice versa,
And the biggest thing, too, I would like to just have is, like, there's people out there that have opinions, but they don't really know exactly where their opinions line up yet.
They're in
and
the
they haven't even been presented with opposing different arguments or anything like that. So I'm going to be getting different people on here that have opposing opinions to myself over here. I like to think that my opinions is more dynamic in nature. I don't really like to say that everything I do is going to be right or wrong. I like to kind of think of it as more like of a learning process, and I'm equally I can be wrong, which is a fine thing. I actually like being wrong, because then I know what's right. That's always a funny thing too. It's like the moment you start figuring out, oh, I was wrong on a certain subject, it's like that means that you know the right answer. But I think a lot of times people don't know any of the answers, right or wrong, and exactly. It's a personal opinion, and it's about upbringing. It's about a whole bunch of different types of things. I think
the best feeling is when you think you're right and you're talking to somebody and they say something that makes you question your belief.
Yes.
So you're sitting there and you're like, well, man, like, now is that really true? Like, and then that makes you, I think that's how we learn, is somebody says something that contradicts what we actually believe, and that makes us go dive into whether it may be biblical or about how a tree grows. It really doesn't matter. You're going to dive into it and finally realize, oh, hey, that person was right, or you're going to see, well, I'm still right. I still believe this way.
And we're one of the lucky few of species-wise that have been able to come up with a communication where we can communicate feelings and express ourselves in a very unique way in comparison to all the other animal kingdoms that's out there. I mean, there's languages and a couple of different things with like apes and stuff like that, but not in the sense that we have, deep intellectual conversations where we can have all these feelings tied over to different experiences and all that kind of good stuff, and even sharing experiences of all the different kinds of things. So most of this podcast, I would like to kind of popcorn a little bit with everybody about kind of figuring out what we want to do with it over here. But I have a lot of different little options over here that we can do with it, and I can't wait to see exactly where this is going to lead us. I think it's going to be a really good thing, though. So. Couple of different ideas that I have coming up over here was going to be just having all the new political type things that come out. I don't really like politics very much. I don't know what y'all's opinions are on it. I don't like it very much because they change, it seems, from day to day and they seem kind of hypocritical in my opinion.
Extremely.
Very hypocritical and bigoted.
Yeah.
They say one thing and do another, and so I don't like either parties. I turn more towards conservative type ideas, but at the same time I can find myself even agreeing with liberals on some of their things that they say, and so I don't think that either of the parties have it completely right, and so I like to talk about it.
Both parties in a way are disconnected from reality, so the life, even most politicians tend to live a little more uppity lifestyle. And they don't know what it's like to work every day.
The presidents get paid for the rest of their life after they get done with their presidency. Which is, and then quite a bit of money, like even more than a lot of people over there. And then even the amount of money that everyone in Congress gets paid is an extraordinary number. I mean, they're living really good lives over there. If you ever go to like Washington and stuff like that, you see their real estate that they have over there. Some amazing places and stuff like that, and it's just like, okay, well, they're living in a different type of life. But then, I mean, you're so caught up in the politics, and I can only imagine how stressful it would be to always have to be up to speed with every little thing, every little minute thing that keeps coming into place over here for them. I mean, you can actually see even in presidencies, as soon as the beginning of their term starts off, when they first get in there, like kind of like President Obama, to the very ending of when they get out of there. They look miserable. They look like they've aged like 30 years almost. I mean, it's a stressful situation over there, and I would hate to be in politics just for that reason. It's just so changing, ever so changing, and you always have to be up to speed with every little thing, because the moment that you're not up to speed is the moment that you're going to be over there thrown under the bus by some other party that doesn't agree with you and all that kind of stuff. It would be horrible to have to live like that for the rest of your life too. Like Bill Clinton's still doing stuff. Like he's still doing stuff,
Yeah.
Like, what is this guy? Like, he doesn't really do as much. I mean, George Bush is Jr.
Well, he doesn't do hardly anything because his wife is the one that wears the pants. So
yeah, I mean, but at the same time, I mean, like, he's a political figure, and they bring him up all the time, especially the Democratic Party. They like to kind of have him over there.
He's like an idol.
And he's sitting over there in the corner looking at somebody or whatnot, or I don't know. I don't know why are they still there? I mean, you've done your term, get out, It's next person's turn next, and these people just seem to kind of linger around, and like George Bush Jr., he's still going around and doing stuff.
I know, that man.
It's like, okay, just leave, like you've had your 4 terms, and then another 4 terms over there. It's like, okay, well, like, goodness gracious, get some new faces over here, and it does seem like all the parties over there are old as fuck. Like, I mean, like Jesus, like our young faces are not really showing up very much over there. We had a couple of young ones that I've seen, and then I don't really pay too much attention to it. But when you ever see any of the people that they have over there on like CNN and Fox all the time, it's always old people. It's always these old people like Joe Biden and stuff like that. Like this old motherfucker still in there. They've hustled their whole entire life, which is amazing that they've gotten as far as they've gotten. But at one point, we need some fresh faces.
Yeah.
Somebody new. I don't know.
Society in a whole has just changed. I mean, 10 years ago, what was acceptable in society and what you met with on an everyday basis is not even close to what we have today. Any way you look at it, technology, everything has just changed so much.
And the funny thing too is, like, if you ever watch any of these old people over there that are in the parties and stuff like that, try to get over to the younger generation. Like, I remember watching a speech that Hillary Clinton made when she was over there, and she was talking about tweeting or like posting something on Instagram. It was hilarious as shit. Like, she had no idea. She's so disconnected from the generation that it's like someone's writing her speech and she doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about. And it's hilarious. It was hilarious. It was like just watching your grandma go and talk about, oh, I got an iPhone.
Exactly. I was going to say that.
The same exact thing. It's just like, oh, come on, grandma. That was corny.
Now, iTunes is what?
It's like all the political parties that have any kind of big voice in there seem to be having all this kind of situation where they just don't connect with our generation. And I think that's a really big problem that we have going on right now too, is that they're just not connecting with our generation, and instead we're going over to people that are on the younger side and people that are like actor wise and stuff like that. But they're not politicians. They're not anyone that's in the know of everything that's going on. And so I think we need to see some fresh faces over there. I think we need to get some people in there that know what they're talking about, can voice it out in the way that we talk about it. And like the way that we even talk is different. Like, we have trolls now on the internet who, I mean, if Hillary Clinton ever gets hit on a couple of trolls over there, she gets all freaked out. And I'm like, come on, grow up over here. Nowadays, right. we can take a couple of, insults. That's all that we live for over here now, It's like as soon as you post up a picture, you're waiting for those insults to come out.
Exactly.
They're going to be coming. And it's like, okay, shrug it off, Mm-hmm. You can't be as soft as most people were even 10, 15 years ago. So and I think that's just what the information age gives us, We get quite a bit of awesome technology, but this technology is bringing us to see, I think, the true manner of everybody. You don't get to hide in this little mask of not having a voice anymore. Everyone is given a voice, even stupid people. And that's the thing too. And the stupid people seem to be the loudest fucking people. Mm-hmm. They go in and they talk and they talk and they talk, and it's just like, and then they're the ones that are throwing like 100 comments. Like, who comments shit that they? You ever read any of the comment sections, any of the like YouTube videos or any of the? It's just shit, and it's like a lot of it, and it's just accumulating with servers and servers of. I wonder how much servers and terabytes of servers are just full of shit that people comment. Just all that just accumulated over there, and oh my god. Speaking of a colo facility, I went over to a colo facility over here in Dallas. A colo facility, for all you retards out there, is a place where they hold all your storage when you put it up in like an iCloud storage.
I thought you were talking about like cola, like Coca-Cola.
Colo.
It sounded like cola. I was like, okay, he changed subjects really fast. But I like Coke, so we can talk about this.
What kind of Coke, though?
I was talking about the kind you drink.
I like that white stuff.
I know, me too.
Baking soda. I got baking soda. No.
Give me that white sugar.
Yeah. A cola facility. Cola facility is a place where, where they have servers. When you access anything from a website, or you download anything from a website, they have them on hard drives, and these hard drives are all put in one facility that has like a extreme, really good power management, really good cooling and everything over there, so then they don't get hot, because hard drives tend to get really hot over there. But I made it over to a cola facility one time for my job in Dallas, and I remember going in there, and they were showing us all the different places that they have over there. They're all in little cages with all the hard drives. And then they show us a half of the motherfucking building over there. And there's all these crazy, awesome, like, hard drives and everything over there. And they're like, and this is our porn collection that they have over here.
What?
From a porn site. Yeah. And just tons and tons of shit. Like, I'm talking, like, the cola facility had about half of it was over there, all just porn.
Dear
and
God.
Just tons and terabytes of this stuff, just up from the bottom of the floor all the way to the top, And in comparison to what everybody else that they had in there, they had just like maybe one little stack, two little stacks. I'm talking this person had like close to 400 or 500 stacks in this colo facility, and just booming with the they have little blinking green lights showing you the hard drive's status over there.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm surprised that they just have that much. Just in comparison, I don't in porn and stuff like that. I think of that as just kind of shitty, just shit, and so it's just like, look at all the shit that they have over here, it's just some nasty ass videos of God knows what's going on in all there, so I remember looking at that just being like, oh my God, it was just massive. It was massive.
But if you really think about it, so people who are okay and open, let's say, with porn, it's just like us doing a podcast or someone doing a YouTube channel, because they get paid the same way. There's this guy who I know and I work with, and he does it. Yep. And you get so many views and you get so much money. So it's just like anything else, and they're just open about it. They're like, yeah, I did it with my girl. Now we're going to try to have a threesome. Like, for them, it's all acceptable. It's just part of how you do. It's their YouTube channel. They just have sex.
Yeah, no, I mean...
sorry.
But, ladies, you're both pretty, but...
I was just saying, but it's... I don't know. I go back and forth on porn. It's one of those things where...
Well, you jerk off, though, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, if you're gay, you can go look at the gay porn. I mean, that's up to you, bro. Like,
I didn't say anything about being gay. No, you did.
I'm just saying.
I mean, you're the one who got
Jake
a butt
likes
plug.
gay porn. Yep.
Oh, well.
Oh,
no,
he's wearing it now. Oh, he's wearing it now.
You're sitting next to him.
Oh, Jesus.
When you're a single dude... And I'd be the first one to tell you, have I watched porn? Of course. Like, I'm a dude. I've got testosterone going out the fucking roof. So, but it's one of those things, but when you get in a relationship and you got your girl, your whole focus needs to be on her, not looking at what another girl, what kind of orgasm she's going through. Like, that's why you got a girlfriend. Like,
okay, yeah, but what if I want like a black woman, and like
then get you off.
But no, I was feeling black today, but then I kind of want Asian tomorrow, and like I want petite and and then a big fat one,
I don't know,
like it's a.
Then be a man whore. I don't know what to tell you. Like, shit.
I mean, just saying that logic alone is just kind of kind of dumb. I don't know.
I think honestly, porn in general is disgusting.
A big topic.
It's a big topic. Yeah, it's a huge topic.
But why is it disgusting to you? Let me ask you that.
It's disgusting to know.
But you watch it.
Exactly. I understand. I watch it, but it's. Do I like watching it? No. But it's one of those things.
2 minutes, you do?
Yeah. For those. Well, sometimes.
Sometimes it takes you one? What?
So, if anyone's wondering, it just takes him 2 minutes. So, I don't know if you want to get with him. He's not going to make it very long.
Or he can go several times.
Exactly. Like, I can go for a long time. Just like. I can go all night if you want me to.
Just every 2 minutes, you got to take a break.
Just hold up. Let me get a cigarette. Cigarette break.
I need my brownie. Hold on.
Check a whole bunch of orange juice.
Go make me a sandwich real quick.
Round 12. No, I was like to poke at the porn thing too, because like I was more of an asexual growing through my ages, so I watched some pornography growing up, kind of see anatomy type thing, and curiosity of course hit me over there. I was exposed to pornography when I was 5 years old. I remember the first time having that issue where it was just curiosity. I think I got a really good gnarly virus on our computer at one point. And it popped up a whole bunch of pornography. I think I was playing some video games or something like that. So I got curious and clicked on it. And I was like, oh, okay. Didn't really know exactly what was happening in that. But at 5 years old, I had that instilled in my brain without even knowing.
Quick question, though. Why do viruses, lead to, porn? It's like, here, we're gonna give you something bad with a bunch of candies. Like, some people are like, oh yeah, porn. Like, why is that like associated like with the virus?
I think it's
So people get distracted in the virus.
Yeah,
Is that more?
it is.
Gives it the time to.
Yeah, and then I mean, what is more, what kind of videos you want to put over there? I mean, porn is so easily accessible and downloadable. Like, if they want to fill your hard drive up, why not fill it with porn? Because it's funny as hell. It's like, you got a virus, fuck you, Yeah. You're going to have to look at gay porn all day, It's going to pop up on your front screen on your desktop. You're going to just see dick all day,
You know how funny that would be if a guy was watching porn and got a virus and he was, like, married or had a girlfriend and it just popped up on the screen. Okay, he walks in.
The best thing. When I first started my job, I'm an IT guy. So I went out to a guy's place. Big old fat motherfucker. Okay, he was an IT guy helping me out with some stuff, and I was like, oh hey, I need to get on your computer for just a moment. And as soon as I touched his computer, it was nasty as fuck too. Like all of his keys were all scraped off, and and I didn't want to sit in his seat and stuff like that. So I was looking at the mouse, like I don't want to touch this, but I have to get this program on his computer. And as soon as I get on this mouse over there, a little chat icon pops up, like bink, and then I was like, what is that? And he was like, the chat icon said, oh, I've been thinking about you all night, and it was this like really cute blonde that was on there. And then he's over there, he sees it because he's watching me from behind, and he's trying to get his fat ass up, and he's trying to roll off on his chair. He's making like grunting noises, like, oh no, oh. He's trying to get over me, but he can't get over me because he's too fucking fat. I'm like, there's no fucking way he's getting laid at all. He's over here talking to people on a chat. But the best part was he is fucking at his job site. He's at the jobs site with the jobs computer, and he's doing this kind of shit over there, and it's all over it. And then like he didn't want me touching his computer, he didn't want me touching anything on there. I'm like, hey, you go touch it. I ain't touching that. I'm like, what kind of cum stains are all over it,
Yeah, exactly. I was looking at this.
Bring a black light in this motherfucker. Get this fat guy's cum all over the place. Oh no, thank you. So that was one of my first experiences as an IT guy. When I was first starting off, I was 16, 15, and going out there, and this guy was over here, and I didn't know very much. I didn't know that very many people actually did too much, chatting and all that kind of stuff online. I didn't know about all the crazy forums and stuff they have for this stuff. But yeah, it's a growing industry. It's getting big, and it's getting really strange nowadays too. I read nowadays that they are getting where artificial intelligence is able to take a picture of somebody, and how like with the cute little games that we can play with our faces and change it up a little bit. Well, nowadays they can put it on top of a pornography, like a porn star.
Oh, really?
And so they have the girl that's in Wonder Woman over here now, and they took her face from a couple of different scenes and stuff like that and made a full-blown pornography of her.
I ask you how you know this?
How I know this? Because I read.
You just read it?
Yeah, no. And then
where was your hand while you were
I trust him.
No, so I was I was reading about this over here. I'm like, they can do this with almost anyone now. I mean, they can take your picture over here, and then all these.
So they could take your picture of you.
Take a picture, yeah, and then or
your
get a picture.
Ugly ass.
I mean, anyone's ugly ass. I mean, they can go over there with like Al Pacino's ass over there. And, he's getting taken over there, and he's got boobs now.
Or Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting really weird. And then also, I was reading for like all the children that are getting hooked on pornography nowadays too, like with 13 to 18-year-olds that are going over here, getting into some really strange stuff over here now too. Like I looked up the top things that are looked up to on like pornography sites and all that kind of stuff, and it's very weird stuff that's out there. It's not just normal sex stuff that's out there anymore.
It's kinky, like the kinky shit.
Like some kinky ass shit. Like people like cartoon stuff now. And I was looking at it, I was like, wait a second. There's some people that actually look at some cartoons and be like, oh yeah, getting off on it. And I'm like, wait, how do you possibly? I don't even know. But these kids, they're eating it up.
So let me ask you something. As a y'all are married.
Yep.
So like I know in porn there's a lot of like kinky. It gets very weird very fast, And I think that's just, well, once you watched it one time, you want something new, and so that's why it keeps doing that. Like, you don't have to answer this question, but in a relationship, like the drive to like be kinky in a sexual way, is that really there, or it's not really? Is it just having sex?
No, I like to get kinky, man. I like it. I like handcuffs.
Okay.
Get the fucking whips out. You know, I haven't experimented
You want to get
with
that
everything.
little feather too?
Dude, like feather my nipples and shit, you know? I mean,
man.
let's get some shit going.
Okay,
You know,
so-
like, have fun, okay?
Yeah.
Like, that's the
Yeah.
thing. Like,
Within
have
your
good
relationship.
fun, and then, like, find out the person. That's the best part about it, is
Yeah.
with sex, you get to find out not only yourself of what you like kinky-wise and stuff like that, but you get to find out what your partner likes over there, too. And be it, you know, nipple clamps, getting beat, or even having, like, you know, just dry humping and stuff like that. There's so many different options out there that they have. And it's so fun to kind of learn what the people like. You know, learn what you like, too. You know, because you don't even know your body very well.
So, like, several years ago, this was probably, like, maybe, like, 4 years ago, I was talking to this girl, and we were talking about kinky shit, and she said she likes ice cubes taken on her nipple, like placed on her nipples, and then have hot water poured on her ice cubes. She said that's the best feeling in the world. I was like, yeah, I'm done. I was like, I'll see you later.
But why? But wait, why? Why not fucking try it? You might not know you like it.
Okay, what I want to know is what made you decide to try that?
Exactly.
I'm gonna put an ice cube on my nipple and pour hot water on it. Like,
Well, maybe she got cold outside and took a hot shower and was like, hey.
No.
I mean, maybe she read it online. Maybe someone was like, you know, like a little cold thing going on, and you know, and then they're like, "Oh, I got a little hot really quick," and it was very pleasurable. So, like, you know, there's so much different kind of stuff. It's like, just have fucking fun. There's a point too where it's like, okay, you have to be very consenting in what you find as fun, and very like cautious of, like, I don't really like the mutilation of any kind of body stuff. I don't really like.
That's just
No,
disgusting.
but that's just my personal preference. Some people can't get hard without getting, like, you know, defecated upon and stuff like that. Like, or some people have to have porn in. They've been
while
so
they're doing it, yeah.
Yeah, they've been so watching porn and masturbating for so long in their life that they can't have
have a
normal sex life where they can get hard whenever they want to. They have to now have it playing in the background or playing over there off to the side before they can even get hard over here.
Well,
you know?
I'm so glad that I'm not like that.
I mean,
But
give it
here's my
15 years.
question. So
Give it
what-
15 years.
What is it? Is it that maybe the girl that they are fucking is so fucking boring that she makes no noises and doesn't turn them on, that they need sex in the background? Because, alright, maybe this sounds bad, but have you ever tried to jack off and you couldn't have the porn volume on, so it was off?
It is so
It is
hard.
impossible.
It's really
you have to have the volume. Like,
But-
you seriously can have the volume and not even watch the video, and it works.
Yeah, and it works. Yeah.
Right?
I don't know.
Oh,
I'm telling you, like, the sound is where it's at. So is it that maybe when they're having sex, the other person is not noisy enough? Because I think that kind of is a turn on, because you want to know that the other person is enjoying what you're doing.
Right. I can see that. But, I mean, people masturbated to magazines. They masturbated to all different kinds of stuff back in the day, too. So I don't think it's very much so. I think we're just spoiled with our...
Spoiled to the...
Yeah, to the point where it's like, oh, well, you know, now the things that are getting to a point where, like, they didn't know as much about the kinky stuff, you know, as relevant as we do. Like, everyone knows about it. You know, it's just like, it's common knowledge now with all this kind of weird stuff that's out there. And back in the day, you would have to, like, have someone be like, you know, whip me, and you're like, wait, what? You know, you would have to read about it in some kind of book or some kind of study, and you weren't ever really giving it to you like, oh, maybe you might like this, you know. So now we have a better process of what we like, and it's getting kind of weirder. I think I kind of always find out that with, you know, pornography or sex and stuff like that, it kind of gets extreme more and more. And then you get kind of complacent with the normal.
Yeah.
You get complacent with...
what's so funny or kind of ironic in a way, or well, sad, is back 10 years ago, you would have never seen a sex scene in a movie unless it was
I disagree.
beyond radar. Well, I mean, I do agree, but I'm saying like to the extent it is now.
Yeah, I mean they're in like PG movies almost. Like they're
Literally like they are in PG movies now.
They're getting to the point where it's like right at the edge over there, and you're like, oh, we know what they did. You
Yeah,
know?
exactly.
It's just kind of like it does seem like we're getting more desensitized to it. And I think the only bad part is our bodies can't take as much. I mean, you know, back in the day, if you get a really kinky and over there, you can get to the point where it's like, okay, this is the max over here. But now we get up to the max point that they were at, and then we take it even further, and our bodies can't take it as much. And I think that's why everybody's over here trying to fuck, you know, younger people over here. They get in their 30s and stuff like that, and they're, you know, women's body, you just can't possibly do as much as you used to. So they just dump and then go with the next one that can give over
I don't know.
them to it.
Maybe I'm just young and dumb, but I don't really see sex ever getting boring. Like, as long as I can have sex, I'm probably gonna be okay with just having plain sex.
Yeah, no. I mean,
like,
for some people, you don't even have to get it with all that kinkiness or anything like that. I mean, you can have the same thing over and over and over and be completely complacent with it over there too. And it all depends upon what your style is over there too. But
and it also comes all the way down to what is the meaning of sex?
yeah, but how much is too
know?
much? How much is too much? Like, where do we cross the line of like, oh shit, no, we can't do that. Like, you know, like going through with like, you know, bestiality and predatorial type stuff over there,
right.
and like,
I disagree with all of that.
there's a lot of stuff over there, and it gets over to that point. I
But
mean,
it's the thing of like, if you want to go biblical, is
scratch
God,
the biblical stuff over there. Yeah,
but I'm just saying, like,
Well, because I think
everybody, because I feel like nobody really takes sex serious anymore. It's like they look at sex as like, oh, hey, let's just have sex because it feels good. Sex is about love, about intimacy, about getting to know that other person. You know, and everybody takes
if
that out
say,
now.
If you're gonna say that's what the Bible is saying, I would almost disagree with you on that, because I think the Bible might be more leaning to the purpose of sex is for
Bearing children.
So, like, I don't know. I don't really care too much. Whatever you want to believe in that, believe it and do it. Sex, at the end of the day, I feel, maybe I'm wrong, sex is sex. Sex is, it's a feeling, it's a passion.
It's a pleasure, but you've also got to remember that you've got to care. I feel like you've got to care for a person to really enjoy sex. You know?
I can see that.
Because you can, if you just go in there and just have sex with just any random person, you may feel good for 2 minutes, and then you're like, oh, okay, now you can leave.
Right.
And then you feel shitty when you do that. You know, you're like, well, wow, I'm just your typical man whore, or I'm just your typical slut. Do I want to be put in that category?
Some
No.
people like that, though. Some people want to be the man whore in the situation, you know, and they don't give a fuck.
It all depends on your standards. Like, if the Bible is your standard, then the Bible is your judge. But if you don't believe in that, then I don't know. Like, so if you believe, hey, it's okay to have sex with whoever I want, however much I want, are you then a slut? Maybe not, because if you don't believe that is a slut, then are you a slut?
It's your definition of what slut is, or whore, or any of that kind of stuff. But I mean, all of it, you can take it as some people like to be called that, and some people don't, and some people think of it as this, you know, having multiple relationships.
Maybe you're just thinking, hey, it's just sex, like, and I think girls might think so. On the definition of slut, a guy can, and I feel like in this day and age, like, porn for a guy is common. Hey, he jacks off. That's the common. A girl, not so much. But if a girl were to sleep around, we're gonna call her a slut. Well, then if I'm over here jacking off, wouldn't that be the same?
Right. No, but studies are showing that actually women are coming more and more in the industry over there. It's getting more and more popular. I think even the talk that you hear from women over here is being more on the aggressive side of just like, look at that ass, kind of thing, versus like, wait a second, that's our line,
right?
As a guy type thing. So I'm seeing the transition over here a little bit, which is kind of funny. I like it. It's hilarious to me because I don't give two fucks, but it's just funny to see all this kind of more aggression towards the sex from women's standpoint, and then the amount of, at least statistically wise, showing that they're watching quite a bit of it too. It's not just a guy thing to do. You're not just having your little Playboy over there now. Anytime they're selling everything else now to women, is being more broadcast openly to it. I think it's just more of a more broadcast to them as well. It's not like they had the market saturated by guys so hard. And now that they've hooked every guy or have guys over here, now they're looking to make more money, and how do you make more money? You get both of them. With all the advances of the technology, like imagine telling a guy that, like your fathers and stuff like that, hey, you're going to have a phone and you're going to have videos from wherever, everywhere over here, with anything you want and the snap of a finger, like anything you can imagine, even stuff that you can't imagine is within a snap of your finger, just like there, and just
black web.
Yeah, I don't even want to talk about the dark web. Being an IT guy too, I lingered over there for a little bit. I was doing some social work over there and helped out with a lot of different situations. And yeah, that's where the weird stuff like that, you don't even really realize how much strange things are out there. Like there's some strange people, strange fetishes too. Like I don't even like that word fetish. Like that word fetish doesn't sink in my stomach well. Like I'd rather just say like your quirks, or something else. But like every time I hear the word that, I'm like, and then like Selena Gomez comes out with some song, I think at one point where I listened to it, and I was like, I can't.
Hey, no hating on Selena.
Hey, no, I love Selena Gomez. Okay, I like her music.
I've actually met her before.
What?
Like literally, like I didn't like talk to her, but like she was like from me to you, like literally like less than 5 feet away.
Airport?
No, it was where I was working. I used to work at the Gaylord Hotel.
Oh.
Yeah.
And you came in your pants right then and there. Like, oh shit. You're just like, oh damn it, I gotta go to the bathroom.
Let's just say she is.
The wet spot wasn't
pretty...
water.
Let's just say she's pretty gorgeous in real life.
Have y'all seen she does a carpool karaoke, and with what's his name, the late night show host, James Corden. But what I like about her is she's very open to, and she does talk about her sex life a little bit in that one, and she's just open about who she is, and I appreciate that. And whether I agree with her or not, I think everyone should be, whoever you are, be open about it.
Be yourself.
And just be yourself.
Right. Unless it gets illegal, then it's like, okay, don't be yourself. There's certain things where like being yourself back in the day would be something entirely different. Like being gay back in the day was very frowned upon, and nowadays it seems
actually being gay back in the day was actually illegal.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's rather ridiculous in my opinion. I don't think that there should be any kind of laws or regulations stating anything. I don't really agree with a lot of the more forward gay lifestyle wise, but at the same time, it's not me that's doing it. So like, let them do whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like at that point, they weren't able to do what they wanted to do, and they fought and they won, and now they're getting their way. But I don't really like how they kind of try to force feed me to be gay.
Or accept them.
Yeah, and like
I'll accept you as a human.
Yeah, I'll accept you as a human. At the same time, though, I'm like, I'm not gonna say like, yeah, I want to take it in the butt. Like that's what they want me to say. I think, you know, it's like, come on, guys. Like you don't know if you're gay if you haven't ever had gay sex. I'm like, I've seen a gay dick. I've seen a dick before, and I just haven't really been having a good turn on it. I think it kind of shrinks it if you ever see it. Like, you know, if you ever go in and you're going through and you're like, nope, can't do it. You know,
yeah.
If you ever have to like get it soft on because you woke up this morning wood, just think of a dick. Like in my opinion, I'm over there like, you know, okay, dick. Okay, I'm done. You know, and it's all now flaccent. I like that word.
Very disturbing.
Flaccent.
Why? Is it because it's very close to your heart?
No.
It's
It's
a
just
weird sounding word.
it's a weird sounding word. I like it on my tongue over there.
What do you like on your tongue? You like it on your tongue?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
you know how it goes.
She takes a dildo and puts it on your tongue every morning.
Flaccent. Oh, I love y'all.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh,
She has to step on it first to make it small. And then she picks it up and sticks it in her mouth. Good morning, honey.
He's always going like, deeper, baby, deeper.
I take it all in. You know.
All 12 inches.
Oh yeah.
Is there such
Get that
thing as a
Mandingo.
12-inch flaccid dick?
Oh.
No. Oh, what?
Nah, I hope not.
I bet some black guy out there has one. You know. I mean,
Why does it always have to be a black guy?
because they're
Like-
huge. Have you ever seen those?
Huge olive.
No.
You know what? I heard that, but like I don't know that because I don't really
I don't
go
go
around
look
looking at black dicks. But I'm not gonna argue with them.
Hire some girls to do some studies.
I mean, because they're bigger everywhere else than I am, so it would make sense for them to be bigger there too.
Right.
Well, I mean, you got your scrawny black dudes too, just like you got your big white guys.
Oh come on, man! Most
I
of
ain't
your black
skinny.
guys are usually they're a lot more athletic. Genetics, or if we're talking about genetics, they're a lot more athletic, and their muscle tone and build is a lot bigger than ours.
I mean, they're superstars if you think about it. They're like the superheroes of our day too. When you think of all the best athletes that are out there, they are gonna be usually black people over here, and they're gonna be over there just outdoing any white person that ever stands in front of them. Which is awesome. I love it. I like to see that. At the same time though, it's just kind of like you go and look in the NFL and all that kind of stuff, and then you still see the white people in there, but then the white people always seem to be like, quarterbacks or something like, or you have the few people that can kind of compete up with the black people over there, but not as many of them over there. And it's still that same division of people over there, which is kind of really strange to me.
And
It's
for
kinda
those
funny.
who might be on the liberal side, we do not say black people with any disrespect. We're just going off like my skin color is whitish. I'm actually mixed. Half white, half Mexican, but you get what we're saying.
Well, racism...
Black, African American, black, we're not saying it with any disrespect. We're just going off of, hey, it's obvious when you see a person kind of what their genetics are. And we're specifically talking genetics.
Yeah, that, and like I don't really like calling black people African Americans either. I don't really like the thought that it just seems kind of strange to not be able to say exactly what you are. I mean, I call all y'all white all the time, and it's just kind of like it's how you determine someone over there by quickly just assessing skin color over there.
I agree, but as
at the same time, I don't like how people use it too.
As being mixed race, I do not like it because when people call someone, most of the time, I notice in general, when they say, "Oh, he's a white boy," they don't just. People tend not just to mean their color; they mean like their whole, maybe they're who they are. They're white, and that's not always true because depending on how they were raised, maybe they were in a mixed environment and they weren't the white culture. So we get a lot of things, I think, misconstrued, being like, oh, he's white. Well, his skin might be white, but what culture? Because the culture is what affects who you are, not the skin, not the color of your skin.
Well, I mean, that's a big thing too. I mean, like, we have black people that are in Africa, and then we have black people over here in America, and it's entirely two different things over here. I mean, they're same skin color wise over there, but then I mean, culture wise, they're completely different. You know, and even with the white people over here, we have people over in England, and then we have people over here, and then we have people all over. That just
goodness sakes, we have your people in Texas and your people in New York.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, there's a big difference just in between that. You know, it's funny. I think racism, throwing any kind of racism cards on people is quite ridiculous. I don't really think that there's too many racists out there anymore. And if they are, I would kind of like to know if they're racist. You know. I kind of want them to be able to say racial things, so then be like, "Fuck you," you know. I don't want them to have this little kind of inside thing where they're saying stuff about people behind people's backs and stuff like that. Like, I'd rather have a business tell me that, you know, no blacks allowed here, or no Jews are allowed here, because I'm not gonna fucking go there. I'm gonna destroy their business, and no one's gonna show up over there. And then that should be. But then having any kind of weird little thing that you say, oh, you might be racist, you might be racist on this little topic over here, or you say something about them, and you're clearly not trying to be racial in any kind of matter. It's so frowned upon that it's just like, this is ridiculous. You're not being racist saying certain things, but then they do kind of take everything you say out of context, you know. Yeah. And then it's like, now your whole entire career can be destroyed by one word that you say. And it's like, okay, come on, people, like, you know, it's ridiculous. I like society to dictate, you know, and come down upon the racial problems that we have over here, racism, like that we have over here, because, you know, back in the day we did have a problem. That was a problem. But now we don't have that problem as much over here.
I think, so in America, yes, there is a problem to a degree with racism. But then also, I believe, I'm 23. I think most of y'all are about my age in this room. We grew up, racism wasn't a thing. Like, I never treated anyone off the color of skin. And we just, because we all went to school with, you know, Hispanic, Black, Chinese, Japanese, there was all of them.
Yeah, and it didn't fucking matter.
It didn't matter, and yes.
And then to hear that it does matter to some people just is so...
It's astounding. It's like, I don't get you. I have this argument a lot with people.
Like, I don't get it.
And I get the older generations, yes, they lived in a time where they had to feel it. And so it stings, and they know what it is. But we don't. As the younger generation, it's just not a thing that we see every day.
Right, and it's just so foreign to me. Like, when I think of, like, it's any kind of hate. Like, I mean, I could even be hating on my own race, and I'm like, that's hate. You know, it's wrong. Anything that's any kind of hateful manner towards another individual is wrong, whether that's racist or even just to another individual. You know,
but I don't think so. Here's where I think it's not always racist. So, when you say, if I make the comment, a white man can't jump, is that racist, or is that just a cultural genetic fact?
Well, I know I can't jump.
You're stating facts.
We're stating facts, and I believe that's a lot of things that get called racist are more just kind of facts and cultural definitions, and not necessarily racism. Like, who tells the joke? What's his name? The Hispanic comedian. Gabriel Iglesias. Yeah. He talks about the racist joke with the other black comedian, and he made him the racist gift basket.
The racist gift basket with the Kool-Aid and the fried chicken.
Yeah, even that, I'm like, that's not so much race, because that's the cultural thing, you know? That's what you like. That's what they tend to eat in that culture.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if I went to anywhere else, I can give them their type of food that they want, and it's just gonna be like, that's just their culture. That's just kind of what they're raised by.
Purple
I mean,
Kool-Aid.
It's an assumption, and sometimes people will have different opinions and different tastes and different things that they've grown up with that's a little bit different. And then putting them all in that same card is not really, you know, doing them very good due respect on a lot of different manners. But then on certain things, it's just like, you know, that's just what they like. That's just what this goes on. White people do certain things, and, you know, it's like, it's kind of like even with the male and female differences over here too. It's just like males do certain things a little bit different, and females do certain things a little bit different at times. And it's like when the girl does something or a guy does something, it's just like, oh well, typical white guy. It's just kind of like, oh well, he's just being one of those guys, or she's just being one of those girls, doing selfie face or something. It's just this is the same thing,
Hashtag white girl.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, oh, yep, white girl. It's just, and then let me go get her a Starbucks and
Chipotle.
Yep, and some blonde hair dye.
And some Victoria's Secret.
Oh, who are you addressing that to?
Oh yeah.
Nobody, just women in general.
No.
She gonna listen to
I've
this.
never shopped there.
Never?
No.
I haven't been to a Victoria's Secret actually either.
Oh really?
You need to
No.
give her a
There's one at
Victoria's
Grapevine
Secret
Mill Mall.
gift
Let's
card.
go.
Yeah. We have to make a venture out of it. Hey, we'll bring the podcast with us on this one. How's about that?
All right.
We'll take it mobile. We'll go out there and we'll go look at all the crazy kinky ass shit that we can find. I want to see I want to be like going up to the counter and asking them like, hey, what's
How do
this?
you use this?
What's this for? And it's a butt plug, and be totally straight faced. Just be like, what's this?
Oh, dude, I could not be straight faced. Could not do it.
But I feel like Victoria's Secret almost like the way they
uppity.
advertise themselves.
They're not
as
like a
almost
shithole.
Almost a sex store, but they're not at all. They're just lingerie.
Yeah.
It'd be like, but you almost feel more uncomfortable going in there than actually a sex shop.
So, yeah.
Just because of the way they advertise themselves.
Right. Sex shops seem to be a little bit more on the shadier side. A little bit at times.
I don't know. I feel awkward just walking by Victoria's Secret. So why the hell am I going to go inside Victoria's Secret if I feel awkward walking by it?
I've been in
Overcome your fears.
because I remember in high school that was like, I'm cool enough. I'll go in there with you, girl. I don't care. I got you. So I've went in with several of my friends who were ladies, and it was no big deal. It's like I'm man enough.
Did you try on their panties
I
too?
did not. I got some for you though.
Oh, really? Did you bring them?
You know what?
Or are you wearing them? You wearing them? Oh.
Do you remember the Friends
up his ass
episode
crack.
where Phoebe's boyfriend wore it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna answer that question. Guys, would you ever wear women's underwear?
Women's underwear? I don't
no.
think it can. Hold up.
Like if your girl said, "Hey, honey, why don't you wear these? I want to see what they look like on you."
I mean, I'll fucking wear a thong if I want to, but
No, we're talking about the lacy pink women's
I don't think
underwear.
my dick could hold up in something like that. Like it would just kind of be like coming off the sides.
No, I don't
and
want an
stuff,
excuse.
You know?
I need a yes or no answer. If your wife asked you,
I would do that. Yeah,
you would do it?
yeah, I'll fucking do that. I'm a man. I'm a manly man.
Okay, there we go.
I wore my goddamn fucking feminist, panties over here. Yes. I'll go wear it. I'll wear it just to, if it excites my wife. You know what? I ain't doing it in front of y'all. No. I ain't gonna be like flashing y'all with it. I might be having them on right now. Who knows?
Ooh, bend over. Bend
Oh,
over, baby.
whoa. You gotta pay for that shit. But
I got a 20 in my wallet.
oh, baby, that doesn't even.
It doesn't even get me in the room?
No, you don't even get a flash for that much. You
Dang.
gotta give me more than that, sweetheart.
Okay, this is getting awkward.
No, that's
You
the
just made
thing.
it
You made it
awkward.
awkward.
You just made it
You
awkward by
asked
saying
me.
it awkward.
You asked me if I would wear those.
I didn't ask you shit.
You asked me if I would wear those panties, and I'm like,
He
yeah.
did.
Yeah. Okay, fine.
One and the same. Y'all are twins.
Y'all are twins.
No, we are not
No.
one in the
Oh,
same.
oh,
No.
oh.
Bullshit.
Taking offense.
Bull to the S to the T.
So which one of y'all is the bad twins?
Really?
Who are you gonna ask?
Ah.
Yeah, who are you gonna ask? That's depends on who you ask.
Okay. So if I ask your girlfriends who's the bad twin,
I don't have a girlfriend.
or exes of any sort.
I don't have one.
It would be Jake.
Yet.
It would
Working
be Jake.
on it.
She would say it was Jake.
Okay. So she's like a furious
Who?
rager.
Oh.
No name calling. But a furious rager going off on you. Just being like, I hate that person. You know?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're the bad twin.
I guess.
Okay.
I try not to be. I try to be sweet, but it just doesn't work.
You gotta get that, you gotta be like, bink, you know? Little
I don't
angel.
know. Just sometimes there's some girls out there where you just, like, you don't feel like being nice to them. You know? It's just like, I don't know what it is.
What kind of man-beating person? You
Not even
wear
like-
a wife beater, too? You
Not
got a wife beater on there?
Not in, like, a rude way, but you're just more blunt and just up front with them. Like, if you want to tell them to shut up, like, you tell them to shut up. You know? It's...
I have never told anyone. I've never told anyone I like to shut up.
I've never
before,
told
like that.
anyone. I never told a woman that I didn't like to shut up.
Exactly. That's what I'm getting at. I've never told a woman that...
What code are y'all speaking? What?
So we've never told a woman that we like.
Hey man,
like,
don't
to shut
lead
up.
me in. I don't know where you're going with your point, so don't lead me in with you.
Yeah, he's leading you in like, yeah.
Okay.
You know this, right?
I've never told a woman that I like to shut up.
Okay.
No, like if I've told women that like if they're just my friends and I knew it wasn't go any further than that and they were annoying like a lot of women are, then I'll be like, hey, shut up.
Oh, you're getting laid tonight. Oh, you're getting laid tonight. Oh, Jesus. The feminists are gonna love you. Oh, you little cute little boy. They're gonna get their dildos out and just start fucking you.
All your hoes.
I
Hey,
swear.
you might like it.
No!
Taking it by a feminist, get a strap on going on.
I have come to the
Get it nice and
realization
warm.
that you are gay. You are seriously like, she's your cover.
I'm his beard.
What?
I'm his beard.
It's
Okay.
disguise.
Hey, I'm just very, very, very well
Kinky.
with my sexual settings
Extremely
over here.
kinky,
No,
like,
I
to the
just talk
point
about
where
shit
it's
that
just
people
like-
won't talk about.
True.
He's
They're all
open-minded.
jokes. I'm very open-minded.
Extremely,
Yes.
I see it.
Uh-huh.
It's-
Yeah.
Well,
Pretty
really,
young.
we're
You
just
need to be
talking about things.
nobody
friends-
else would talk about.
No. We talk about this like I feel like your friends or I don't know about women. I'm gonna ask you this in a minute. Guys, we make these jokes and we talk about this stuff kind of all the time.
Yeah.
Do girls do also, or not so much?
Sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes.
Depends on the topic. We're not always joking about sex.
Okay.
No.
Let me ask you
We'll
this.
have a continual string going on for like maybe a month, and then we'll be like, "Oh, hey, here's a beer picture," and then I'll go and continue on with just talking about sex.
Exactly. Like, are girls, are women, like, when you're with your friends, you all talk about, like, oh, hey, I wonder if that guy has a nice dick. Or that ass, though. And just keep going on and on about it.
We don't keep going on and on. It's more like
It's just like,
just a little comment here and then
drop.
yeah. Plus, well, I'm really different from other girls too.
We both are. We're different from different.
You're different from other girls.
No, we're just
Oh,
different.
I see that long hair, baby.
Oh yeah,
you
you
like
love
it when
it.
I pull your hair?
Yeah, let's see.
You like it.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Oh.
oh, I like the pain, daddy.
I knew you were gay.
I just don't understand why you guys can't like accept me for this.
So you're gonna get half the people listening to this to think, "Hey, these dudes are completely fucking gay," and then you're gonna have other half thinking, "These people are such homophobes and making fun of gay people."
Well, I mean, it's
Racist and everything else.
I know, right? We're just hitting all the good topics that make everyone really pissed off, and I just like to be open. It's fun, you know.
Honestly, and hopefully I'm not the only person here that thinks this, but
You are.
okay. It actually is funny when someone gets pissed off at you over like
Well, yeah.
topics like this, because you feel like, hey, like I kept my cool and everything, and they're just losing it.
Well,
you know?
Like I said before, like the moment you start getting like hateful and stuff like that, like
Yeah.
you can disagree with it. Like I disagree with a lot of people in the world over here, like with different
You
manners
disagree
over
with
here.
me all the time.
Well, like, I know. It's just you're so disagreeable.
That's
you
why
know?
y'all are married.
I'm
But-
sorry if I've got a bigger dick than you, but you
I have a
just
dick
got-
complexion problem. Okay,
Okay.
I was born this way. No, but I can't remember what I was talking about. I was just thinking how little his dick was.
Oh dear Lord. Well,
The
hey.
fact that you were thinking about his dick scares me.
Oh, yeah. No.
What was that movie where it was the frat house with the parents? There's a frat house, and then like right next to him was
the one with Zac
Channing-
Efron
Zac Efron
and Neighbors.
and where they
Never
were.
watched it.
You haven't watched it?
I haven't watched
There's
it.
a scene. Okay, there's a scene where the frat house has to bring up money to keep their house, and so what they do is all the guys make molds of their dicks, and they put them out, and girls vote by placing like money on which one that they would take.
Hold up.
So you got like
You never watched
I
it?
haven't watched that one yet, no.
So you've got like dicks that are like
Oh my gosh.
that small to dicks that are like that. Just like all like molds of dicks. Just
Well,
screwed out.
imagine this though. Like, some point, somewhere, somehow, there's a mold out there.
Oh.
And there's a mold, there's a mold over there of someone's dick that they're just pouring this stuff in for dildo, making over here. And they have to make this dildo from somebody. It's like, whose dick is it that they go in over there and they, like, get the little clay going on, they get it nice and hard with maybe some Viagra going on.
I wonder what's that sign? How it's made. I wonder if they've got an episode of how they make dildo.
I think they do. I think I remember seeing it one time, and then my dad's like, "Oh shit, turn off the TV.
Your mom's in here."
Like, oh god, you're 12, you can't know about dildos yet, And I think there was an episode one time when I was talking about it. I can't remember, but all I know is like I don't even know how I've never met anyone that's been in like a factory of any sort that would be like, oh yeah, I do dildos, like. Do they get, like, for their Christmas gift, like, instead of having, like, Christmas bonus, you get, like, the big one, that vibrates, the new edition, the beta. Here, try this,
Or do the one that has the butt plug connected to it on the end.
No, it's for
you.
you.
Can reach it down. It's real flexible.
Only you sat here and thought of that.
Hey, I'm just, some girls like,
Oh, sure, some girls.
Double bit.
You're the one who received a butt plug in the mail.
Hey,
Yeah,
I have no fucking idea
Give the story.
Oh, shit. Okay, so I get this random package in the mail, right? And I open it up.
Wait. Preface the story with, he got this random package that was shipped to our parents' house
Ooh.
that with his name on it, that he went and picked it up from our parents' house. And our dad is one of those people who opens up everything. So the fact that he didn't open this up and think Jake was gay is a miracle.
Anywho, so, and I was excited because I had just ordered a lot of fishing lures and equipment and all that. So I was like, oh shit, it finally came in.
Equipment.
So I open it up and I'm like, what the hell? And I've never honestly, dead serious, never touched a butt plug, never seen a butt plug. And so I obviously didn't know what it was. So I pick it up, I'm like, this is not no lure I've ever seen before. Hello, what the fuck? So our buddy comes in, he's like, what'd you get? I was like, I don't know what the fuck this is. He was like, holy shit! That's a fucking butt plug. I'm like, a butt? What? He just started dying laughing. And he said, look it up. So I looked it up and, well,
So you tried it right after that.
Fuck no. He was like, who the fuck sent it to you? There was no address, no nothing. Like, all it was my mailing address and my name.
And not even your mailing address, your parents' mailing address.
Parents' mailing address on top of that.
Oh, Jesus.
And there was no return address, no nothing.
Did it have like a sincerely try this or like a little note or anything in there?
Oh,
No.
Oh, Jesus.
But-
that would have been perfect.
But last week there was this article on Snapchat that was talking about.
Saw that.
It was other random people that get random sex toys, and they don't know who it's from. Nothing. Like people get, and it's not just sex toys. Like people get like TVs, like blenders, just random shit that they never ordered. Nothing, and there's no return address, but a majority of it is sex toys. So like people getting dildos, vibrators, butt plugs, and just randomly just showing up their front door in this package.
Oh, fun.
So, hey guys, I'm a victim. Okay,
You're a victim. Like, was it emotionally scarring for you? Was it like you saw it and then you realized what it was after Eric told you what it was? And then
I thought honestly it was like at night. It was like at close to midnight when I finally opened up. Huh?
It was really late.
Yeah.
When you opened up your butt, what?
I want to let you do that tonight.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh.
I think I'll let you. You need to wear that butt plug for a little bit longer before that happens.
Anyways, and so when I opened it, at first I thought, I was like, oh shit, like one of my buddies are playing a trick on me. So I call my buddy, and he's asleep with his girlfriend, right? He wakes up, and I called him like 2 times in a row. So he finally wakes up and he answers, he's like, what's up? He's like, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? He was like, what's going on? I was like, did you fucking send me a butt plug in the mail? And he just started dying laughing. And so after that, he was like, I was like, do not tell anybody about this. Like, this is fucking embarrassing. And so, like, a week later, I go to his parents' house. They have this big family deal.
Oh, Jesus.
And he tells everybody about my fucking butt plug story. And so I like literally wanted to fucking kill him.
Oh, Jesus. That's fun stuff right there.
Oh, it was...
Whoever did that was brilliant. I don't know. Personally, I still don't know. I would let you know right now if I did. I have no idea if anyone sent you that. I have no idea if it's your brother. No, not at all.
It was
or
you.
So I would have been laughing.
He would have owned up there.
I've owned up by now. Like, you can't just leave it sitting for forever. Like, you just gotta be like, oh, dude, I was just fucking with you. I don't even know your parents. Like, I wouldn't even. Why would I have sent it to your parents' house in comparison to everything else?
True.
I would be like, oh, unless I was like trying to like emotionally destroy you over there because your dad. I know my dad. My dad opens up all my packages too. What's up with dads and just being like, my house, my packages?
Right?
Rip.
Like, he clearly has my
It has
name
my
on it.
name on it. You read it, motherfucker. It's
That's all you get to read is my fucking name and the fucking address that's on it.
It's like, what if I get a butt plug? I don't want you to know I have a butt plug. It's better that you don't know, so don't know. So yeah, it's just too funny.
Right.
Oh, Jesus. So did you ever order another one for you after you got done using that one?
Yeah, I ordered one that has that's pink and has these little like balls on the tip.
Okay, yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Nice.
I actually got it in the car if you want to try it.
No, thank you. No, I don't like used goods.
It's not in my car.
It actually is. I got it in the glove box.
No.
Oh, Jesus.
I want to burn
For
it.
the special occasions.
No, that's
What are you doing in
Oh,
this
so
car?
that's what took you so long.
This guy sits in a car for like 45 minutes waiting. We're waiting on him. His brother shows up with him in the car, and then we're like, where's Jake at? And then Jake's over here just like sitting in the car. He's like, oh, he's getting off a phone call. 45 fucking minutes later, it's like, Jake's still on the phone. Jake, get off the fucking phone.
Hey,
Who
when
sits on the phone
when you
anymore?
talking to your significant other, time flies. Okay.
Did they butt plug?
Who the fuck said anything about a fucking
said it was
butt
in your
plug?
You said you had
It's
a
in the
butt plug
glove
in my
box.
car.
Fucking joking, you
Hey, you still said
dumbass.
it. You set yourself up.
We know you just like to talk to the women on the phone and just jerk off, like listening to them.
That's fucking. nasty.
And then once you get up to like the point where you're about to come, you're over there like mute. Oh, and then you come and then you're like unmute, and they're like, what was going on? You didn't talk for a good like minute and a half.
Oh, for him it's like 1 second.
Oh, was it just 1 second? Just like
You wanna put that to
like
the
a rabbit,
test?
like a rabbit over there.
Thanks.
You sure?
No thanks.
You can do it right now.
I've no.
Yeah, you have to leave, of course. I'm sorry.
What kind of porn do we have to play for you?
I used my imagination.
Yeah.
That's why I'm pretty good at writing.
Imaginate my butt over there.
Who the fuck said anything about gay sex or
Hey,
gay porn?
I was just helping you out over here, okay?
Hey, we're not the one who gets the chubs.
Do you have
on
hard
around
on?
Other dudes.
No.
Do we want to tell that story? What story?
Tell the story. Tell the story.
Story time. Story time.
You really want me to tell the story?
No.
Yeah, lean up to the mic. Lean up to the mic.
So we went on a cruise, right? It was guys' cruise, bunch of guys, 12 of us. Well, 3 of us had a room together.
That's not gay at all. That's like gay, like right off
That's
the bat.
starting off. Okay.
Threesome.
No,
Well,
The
it
only
was
reason we
slept
used
all in
to-
the same bed.
you had to put that on here. All right. So yes, so this sounds really bad, right? Well, this is what's worse.
You came in 69 right in that.
Well, Josh and I, we get our showers. Put something on, right? You put a towel on. You be respectful.
Oh no.
Dumbass over here gets out of. We're just sitting on the bed talking, right? Waiting for dinner. He comes out of the shower, butt ass naked, just walks around. His dick just flying everywhere. And we're like, "Hey, dude, put something on. Come on, man. I don't want to see that little thing." All right. So then he goes back in the bathroom, comes back out, and he's just standing in front of us. And we notice like this little chub, and we're like, "Bro, are you getting a hard on in front of us? Put something on. This is not okay. We are leaving the room. Do not sleep with next to us."
When I was in football and they paired me up with Nathan Bernage, I was
Oh, dear Lord.
I was over there. I told him one time, I was like, that was right after we had a fight from something stupid football issue. I was like, man, if anything pokes me in the middle of the night, I'm chopping it off. I had that big old huge Tonto looking fucking knife on me. And I pop it on the dresser over there. And he was just over there, just like the look of horror on that poor guy's face. I must have mentally scarred him for a moment there. Because, he was not in the covers at all. He was on the edge of the bed. I was just like, oh, I feel bad now. Like, you can snuggle up with me, buddy. It's fine,
Slit?
Yeah. He wasn't doing it. No. I think you're not a guy unless you've had this, get in a bed and you're like, I don't want to be with this motherfucker, or I don't want to be with this brother over here. I don't want to sleep over here with him. And then you just kind of have to. It's like, you're just like, oh, you have to. And it's like, God damn it.
It's different. I think growing up in a family, I know you did and we did. We had a bunch of brothers.
Yeah, I have 2 younger brothers.
Sleeping next to another guy, it's not a big deal.
No.
Some people, though, it's like that is like the definition of gay, sleeping next to another guy. It's like, no,
Well, I think
do
the
it.
only problem that I've ever had was I shared a room with 2 brothers too. So it was all 3 of us all in the same room. We had bunk beds and whatnot. But one of my brothers just snores really, really, really loud. Really loud. We used to call him Darth Vader because it sounded like he was going with the Darth Vader breathing. He's like. I mean, even my wife knows, when he passed out on our couch one time and, in 5 seconds, he's just snoring. Super loud. Really loud.
Yeah.
It's when it wakes you up and you're like, okay, I don't even know,
yeah.
Jesus, And if you're ever having to sleep in the same bed with the person, I feel sorry for females in general as a going through with, having to ever sleep with us males. Oh, my God. Some of these people can snore out. I mean, just anything. I don't even know how y'all are sleeping, to be honest, in certain places. I remember hearing my dad from across the whole entire house at times. I have that to look up to now. In my later years, I think I'm going to get to that point where I'm just, snoring like that. Yeah, it's going to get that way. Has your dad ever snore there, Jake and Jared?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my Lord.
But to be honest, I'm going to be careful how I say this because I don't want to make my parents mad. But as you get older, I think both mom and dad snore the same.
My mom snores too. My mom sleeps with her mouth open. She doesn't have the best nasal stuff, so she snores too. But then it's kind of like they kind of sync snore. So it's like when one's off, one's on. So it's like,
Right.
and then the other one is breathing, and then the other one snores in like, and it's like, oh my god, it never ends. It's like they know they got their sync down. You know, It's
Yeah.
like they're synced over here and they're snoring. You know, I'm like, if anything I have to aspire to is to be syncing with my wife and snoring. You know, that's the ultimate goal in marriage, I think.
True
I think
romance.
it's to true romance is syncing and snoring. You know, knowing that you can both sleep together and you can both snore together without waking each other up. You know, what always fascinated me was that my dad he wasn't asleep, but he could snore.
Really?
Okay, yes, I watched him do it. He would be like snoring. And then it's like that kind of halfway sleeping phase where you're getting to sleep.
Yeah.
And then you would say something to him, you'd be like, no. And then I'm like, you were just snoring. Like, well, hold up. Where did that come from? You
Right.
know? And like, it kind of like fucks with a kid's mind over there. Like, is dad really asleep? Or is he just snoring?
Yeah.
And like, not there all the way. So it always kind of, was like one of those things. I was like, I don't know how you do that. Because when I'm asleep, I am asleep and I am snoring when I'm out, I'm not snoring beforehand like a pre-snore. Like, I gotta get my nasal cap, everything all ready to go for the snoring processes, I don't get that part of it at all. Fun stuff.
For sure.
Cool.
Well, thank you, gentlemen, for coming over here. I'm going to cancel off the broadcasting now over here. We've had a nice little conversation, a little bit about racism, a little bit about sex, a little bit about pornography
porn.
over here.
A little bit about my chub.
Yeah, a little. Oh my God, he admits it. He admits it. He got a chub.
He actually admits it.
So I'm gonna have these guys on here every once in a while. We have plenty of stories over here that we have, especially with the times over here. I've known them for quite a while now.
Yep.
So all this good stuff, football stories out over here. I've got a whole bunch of other guys that are gonna be guesting on our show over here too. I'm a big kind of guy on the drug advocation over here, marijuana and all that kind of stuff. I have quite a bit of opinions over here on that kind of thing. So there's always those kind of different things over here. And I'm going to be trying to get a couple of different like doctors and cops and stuff over here on this podcast here soon. So that'll be kind of fun. We'll see what it goes over here. See some contradicting opinions.
And military.
Yeah, military, of course.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll see how this all goes over here, and hopefully y'all will keep tuning in. So thank you very much. Okay, we're all good.
Good.
Brownies.
Oh, awesome.
Brownies.
We're going to have to do pop brownies one time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, did you not? I'm sorry.
I saw it and then I kicked it.